Right, it's the fourth round of the FA Cup. What does that mean?
It means Everton aren't in it. That's what it means.
Oh, whoa, am I? I'm Mike Porky Parry, and you are?
I'm Mike Graham.
And what are we doing?
We are the two Mikes, and we are with BetSafe. Why?
Well, to be with BetSafe, you've got to be in it to win it,
Yes.
and that's what we're going to do. We're going to advise you how to get there, okay?
And who's not in it to win it?
Well, who's not in it to win it? Because, of course, in the third round, some
Everton
teams
got
go
beaten
out.
by Leicester,
But, of
didn't they?
course, the one I've got my eyes on, a very
go on.
early game in this round, and that's Liverpool versus Wolves.
The other team down the road from Everton.
Yeah, the other team in the big city.
Yeah,
I was saying mighty city of Merseyside.
Liverpool have only got one win this year.
Well, Liverpool only got one win this year, but not only that, the last two games at home they've lost.
Yes, that's
two
true.
consecutive games.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not exactly Fortress Anfield.
Not Fortress Anfield. They
they
went
should
down
be-
to Swansea.
But they should. Yeah, they went down to Swansea.
Yeah.
Yes, they did. And also, of course, they went out of the EFL Cup.
Went
did
out
they
the
not?
EFL Cup to Southampton.
Southampton, exactly right. Who are also still in the FA Cup, so that's all good news for them.
What does it all mean for
Well,
Liverpool?
what it means, though, is
Yeah.
that BetSafe still make Liverpool massive favourites.
Oh, yeah.
Wolves are 10-1 to win this, right?
Well-
5-1 the draw.
Yeah.
Over 5.5 goals, 13-2.
But you see, Wolves at 10-1 going to Anfield on the back of two defeats that Liverpool have suffered on their own ground.
Yeah.
I have to say, that is great value for money.
You might say that. Okay, well, that might be worth looking at. How about Crystal Palace, Manchester City? Because we were at Crystal Palace not that long ago.
That's right.
And they lost to Everton.
Yes.
But, you know, they're not going to be up for. They're going to be up for the cup, aren't they? Against
Yeah.
Manchester City. Manchester
Well,
City,
you see-
who've been not exactly playing the way that we've
I
expected.
totally
them to.
agree. But again, you see, I think this is great value for money. 5-1 for Palace to win on their own ground. And let's face it, the only decent victory they've had since Sam went there was getting through to the fourth round from the third round.
I think what I quite like is both teams to score and
Yes.
City to win. What would you give me for that?
Oh, say that again.
I'd say 11-5.
11-5. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
City, I would
They
say.
try and keep up.
Yes, City about 1-2 to actually win.
Yeah, they
so
are.
they are big
something like that.
favourites.
They are big favourites. Draw is 10-3.
Draw is
the big
10-3.
game, of course, on Friday night is the big East Midlands derby.
It is.
Derby County against Leicester City.
Yeah.
Which will be very, very well attended.
It will.
Should be a great game.
Yeah.
I quite fancy Derby in that, but check the betsafe.com website for the up-to-date prices on that one.
Absolutely, as you should do for Manchester United versus Wigan, which is a great tie,
It
and
is.
Chelsea versus Brentford, although most people think that is a given. So let's turn our attention to Spurs versus Wickham, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Because this is a 3 o'clock on Saturday game, and you have to say Spurs at the moment in electric form
Yeah, they certainly are.
are going to be big favourites.
Yeah, I mean, Kane and Ali have got 29 goals together
Yeah.
so far this season.
Yeah.
Spurs 1-6, massive favourites.
Yeah.
You'd have to say Wickham are on a wing and a prayer here, or Wickham and a prayer. 17-1
Wickham-
is their price to win.
Wickham are 5th in League Two,
Yeah.
which means that although they're 3 leagues down, they're on a good run of form at the moment and might possibly be going up, okay? Wickham 17-1.
I'll tell you who is on a good run of form.
Yes.
Lincoln. They're
Yeah.
taking on Brighton, okay? And Brighton are
certainly
playing
are.
pretty well.
Oh, yeah.
You know, aiming to get back up into the
Oh, yes.
Premier League.
Oh, yes.
Lincoln are 15-4.
Yes.
And Brighton are 11-15. So it's an interesting
Yeah.
little balancing act,
Well,
that.
thinking of my fact book in my head, I think Brighton have won 8 out of the last 10. I mean,
Yes.
they're a real run of form there.
You've got them in your treble as well, haven't you?
Yeah. I've got them in my treble. What are the trebles then?
Well, you've got Brighton, Palace and Sutton, which
Brighton,
of course one of your
Palace
local
and
teams.
Sutton, okay.
I've gone for Lincoln, Millwall and Spurs.
Lincoln, Millwall, and Spurs.
My love for Millwall carries on after they beat Bournemouth and knocked
Yes,
them out in the
that's
third
right.
round,
What's
of
your
course.
price on yours?
My price is 15-1.
And the price on mine is 55-1. How about that?
Well, that'll be Sutton, won't it? Set up.
Sticking my neck out. Now, talking about Sutton, of course, Sutton
Yeah.
versus Leeds. This could be the giant killing of the round.
You think?
These are the sort of
Leeds
games
are
I
on great
like.
form, though.
Well, they are, but Sutton are only 15th in the National League as well. They've only had 3 wins out of the last 10.
Right.
However, because it's at Gander Green Lane...
That's the place.
Don't you love the name of that ground?
Yeah.
Gander Green Lane. Yeah, I think they've got a chance.
Well,
I mean,
Sutton to advance with BetSafe 7-2.
yeah, that's right. Yeah. Sutton to advance. That means that could be tricky, might be a draw, but they might get through eventually.
Yes.
Leeds are down to 5th in the Championship. They've suffered a slight hiccup. Nevertheless, they're 2-3.
They won the other day, though, didn't they?
They did, but they're 2-3 to win.
Yeah.
Sutton are 4-1. The
You would
draw
expect that.
is 3-1. But nevertheless, that could be a great load of fun. Now then, I wanted to tell you about Southampton and Arsenal.
Yes, that's another
Okay.
big Premier League matchup.
One of only 2 Premier League ties in the 4th round, where of course there are 16 games altogether.
Exactly. I fancy Southampton here, actually. They had
You
a good
fancy
win against.
Southampton?
They had a good win against Liverpool in the week in the
fancy
EFL
Southampton,
Cup.
eh?
They're on pretty good form. They've
Yeah.
certainly come back a bit.
Yeah.
Arsenal still a bit shaky away from home.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
but Arsenal are about evens to win this, and I think Southampton are about 13-5.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
getting towards 3-1.
Yeah.
So there is value to be had there, no doubt about it. What I would say is Sanchez's first goal scorer. What would you get for that?
You get about
Nearly
9-2.
About
I'd
9
say.
to 2, about 9 to 2, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Of course, beat Norwich 1-0 in the last round, didn't they, to get through Southampton?
Yeah.
On a bit of a roll in cup competitions
Yes.
after beating Liverpool at Anfield. So I have to say, those boys have got a definite chance, yeah?
Yes, but it's going to be a great weekend. There's going to be loads and loads of action
Yeah.
going on. Keep looking at the BetSafe website,
Please
of course,
do.
for the latest odds on every single game.
Yeah.
And on goal scoring opportunities,
Yes.
and on trebles and everything else.
That's right.
Because that is the place to be all weekend with BetSafe.
That's right. And remember, with BetSafe, you have to be in it to
So win it.
BetSafe.